The cold weather may be past us for another year, but some Central Texas homeowners say they are still paying high heating bills. They reached out to KXAN last year, feeling frustrated they cannot switch to a cheaper energy provider.
Following up tonight, investigator Kevin Schwaller found a state lawmaker is now trying to step in.
The cost of heating homes is heating frustrations in the Belterra community southwest of Austin.
I want to stay here. I love the neighborhood. I love the schools. I want my kids to go to school here. But, you know, this is definitely a hindrance, a bit outrageous.
That was last year when we first told you about the community fight against Texas Community Propane. Bills then could top $1,000.
I'm expecting another doozy of a bill.
Mike Cherry says he's bracing for his next payment, and so are others who sent KXAN their bills as high as more than $400 per home.
After last winter, a lot of folks in the neighborhood went out and bought multiple space heaters because they were just terrified of the bills.
Here, looking for another option comes with a cost. An agreement in Belterra locks homeowners into a 30-year automatically renewing deal. If a homeowner wants to break the agreement, they have to pay $950 to $1,500. Texas Community Propane first told us that the break fee is to help cover revenue loss regarding infrastructure already installed and ongoing ownership costs of that infrastructure. Belterra isn't the only development with that kind of deal. We found a similar agreement here in the Hutto area and some neighbors with similar complaints.
Is there a way for us to maybe join up with them?
This group of homeowners at Lakeside Estates also believes their bills are too high.
It's been really frustrating.
TCP would not agree to an on-camera interview with us, but it did release a statement saying, in part, the Texas Railroad Commission regulates both our operations and pricing. This winter has been colder than normal, resulting in higher than normal gas usage. It goes on to say, despite lower gas prices, high gas bills have resulted from the higher than normal gas usage. Now, concerns from homeowners are heading to the state capitol.
There's a couple of thousand of them right in my backyard. Some of them knew about it going in, some of them did not.
State Representative Jason Isaac is pushing for changes. He filed 3 bills related to propane, including one that aims to help homeowners switch providers by letting them put a propane tank on their property to fuel their home.
So you couldn't opt out and then put a tank on your property, you know, behind a fence or in your backyard, screened in, out of sight. You couldn't do that right now, and that's one of the bills that I have filed.
Now some homeowners in Belterra are watching the State House.
We have a lot of neighborhood support, and we're hoping we'll get somewhere with it this session.
Between now and then, customers here will pay at least a couple more propane bills. Kevin Schwaller, KXAN, investigates.
Well, in Texas, the Railroad Commission sets a cap on propane prices, but companies don't have to report to the state what rate they're charging you. So it's up to you to know if your company is charging more than the cap. You can file a complaint with the commission to investigate, and the commission has caught companies overcharging under the rules. TCP was not one of them. To find out how to file a complaint, find this story on KXAN.com. And remember, if you have something you want us to investigate, email us at report@KXAN.com. And taking an in-depth look now at those cold temperatures, Jim, TCP says it was a colder than average winter.
It was in some parts of the state and some parts of the winter, but overall, this wasn't an especially cold winter. I think we remember those cold spells as opposed to those warm periods that we had in January and February, for example. At Camp Mabry, only ranked 48th in terms of our coldest winter since records began in 1891. And out at the airport, it was the 11th coldest winter since 1942, and the records began there.